Hi, welcome back to my channel, Mommy Trainee. Today I wanted to talk to you about what you can do to stay healthy throughout the winter and the holiday season. So Christmas is only days away. I hope you guys are ready for a Merry Christmas and Happy New Year. Winter, it's coming upon us, and quite honestly, it's starting to get cold, especially sometimes at night. And I heard that this year, for some reason, I don't know if it's the flu shot not working or something like that, but there are a lot of people who are just like coughing and sick, and there is just this thing just going round and round and round already. I know that in the beginning of November, or maybe even at the end of October, I was feeling a little under the weather already. Not sick, not like bedridden sick or having fever or anything like that. But I started feeling a little under the weather for a number of days. I mean, the symptoms are really mild, but I once I kind of feel that coming, I was like, okay, let's just take everything out and just use everything to make sure I don't get sick. Usually I am the type that once I have like a first symptom of, getting sick, I usually don't come back. Like next couple of days, I would be like bedridden, fever, and anything. Like 90% of the time, that's what's gonna happen. But this year so far, knock on something, we've been relatively okay. Me, my husband, and my son. It's usually me and my son because my husband usually he's pretty healthy. So I've actually put together all the products that we've been using this year to make sure that when we're healthy, we stay healthy. Now, there are things that we use, there are essential oils, there are supplements that we take internally. So let's take a look at what we have here. Let me just go over some of the bulkier items. This is the Thief's Hand Purifier. It's a waterless. So instead of using something like a Perel or any kind of hand sanitizer, I opt for this because first of all, it's thieves. Like it would actually help you kind of minimize all the germs that you have on your hands. Not only that, it actually in the winter, you know how your skin is really dry, and if you put a hand sanitizer on your hand, it's gonna be even drier. And then dry skin, it's like a thing that I've been battling all my life. So I really, anything that would dry my skin, I normally don't use it. But then there are a lot of germs out there that you've been touching. If you're out there, you're touching like shopping cart handles, elevator buttons, doorknobs, and anything that there is just a lot of things out there right now. So what I usually do is I always keep a small bottle of this in my handbag whenever I go out. Even at home, I have like big bottles with pumps. So whenever I get home, if I don't get a chance to really wash my hand immediately, I would go for a pump of this or a little bit of this to kind of get rid of all the yucky stuff that I have on my hand before I touch anything in the house, so that things are a little bit more contained. It's not going to be spreading like wildfire. Because when you are outside, usually my habit is that when I'm outside, first thing that I do is go wash my hand. If not, then I'll use this. And then I change whatever clothes that I have from the outside. I change completely out of it into my indoor clothes, so that, like, let's just say my jeans is not going to contaminate my sofa and anything like that. I try to have my son do the same thing, but he fights me every single day. But anyway, this is a must-have in my handbag. I bring it with me pretty much to everywhere, and I use it multiple times. Like, let's just say if we're going to grocery shopping with my son, I have him use it multiple times a day. And it actually really, not only that, actually, I don't want to say kill the germs, but like it get rid of all the germs that you might have, contracted on your hands. It's actually quite nourishing to your skin. So I really like this. So that's that. Now, talking about touching a lot of things, yucky things. I mean, there are stuff that you could do, like if you're pressing on, an elevator button, use your knuckle. Like try to use the back of your hands instead of the palm of your hand, because usually the palm of your hand is where you like sometimes touch your skin, touch your nose or eyes or anything like that. I am those crazy type that I would use, like, let's just say a paper towel to, grab the handles of, any doors. Or sometimes I would actually pull out my whatchamacallit, jacket sleeve to kind of cover my hands. But you can't really do that all the time. Like, let's just say if you're pushing a shopping cart. And this is where it would come in handy. This is the Thieves wipes. Again, just wanted to make sure that when I'm touching something, it's not like it has a lot of germs or people sneeze and cough on it like all day long. This particular one comes in 30 wipes, and quite honestly, I don't use it every single day, but I use it mostly during the weekend when we go out to shop or, to wherever we're going over the weekend. And it lasts quite a bit, actually. This is still my first box. So I like that. And if you don't have the hand purifier, use that after, you could basically use it as like any wipes. Don't use it on babies like baby wipes, but you could basically just, wipe your hands like a wet towel, not just to clean stuff. You could clean the table with it too. I could clean my hands and then the table and then discard it. So that's the two things that I would almost always bring with me whenever we're going out. I couldn't find my Thieves spray bottle because I think I left it in the diaper bag. But anyway, that's actually one of the other things that I would normally try to bring. So it's either the wipes. The wipe is actually quite honestly, it's easier. It's just a little bit more pricey. But if not, you could bring the spray. So those are the two things that I always bring for, to be used for my whole family. Now, there are a few things that within this fall season, it really saved me. The first item is something that I could take internally, inner defense. This is not something that's designed to be taken every day throughout, a long period of time. This is for something that, let's just say if you're going out into the public and you know that there's a lot of people and there are a lot of sick people, or you're going into an office and you know that you're surrounded by a lot of sick people, I would usually take like one of this a day. Or if you have any first sign of symptoms, then I would actually crank it up. It actually says that you could take up to like 3 to 5 a day. Yeah, one soft gel 3 to 5 times daily when needed. So what I usually do is if I actually feel something coming on before it actually gets me sick. There was this one time in either late October or beginning of January, I was taking like 4 of these a day. That one day, next day I'm good as new. Like I don't feel anything. I was feeling just normal. I was fine. I didn't get sick afterwards. So must have. I initially, like the first year, like last winter season, I've had a bottle of this, but I don't know what to do with this. I don't know, when I should take this or anything, but and then I already got sick during like Thanksgiving. I was really, really sick on Thanksgiving, and I wasn't really thinking about this. But then this year I'm like, you know what? Let's just cover ourselves to make sure that we don't get sick. Like when you get sick, it's a little too late, right? So this year, whenever we kind of feel like a little stressful, like a little run down, pop one of this to make sure that we're not sick. And I give this to my husband as well. And he's been taking it, quite often this season to make sure that he stays healthy, because we cannot have him not healthy. He has to stay healthy. This is the second item that our whole family loves. Quite honestly, this is not something that you only take during the winter or the holiday season. This is something that we take every single day throughout the year. My goal is for me and my husband to take at least 2 ounces a day. And recently I've been kind of forgetting to give him that. But especially my son, because he goes to daycare, / school, and there are a lot of sick kids there. I mean, kids, when they sneeze, they just kind of use their hand to wipe everything, and then they touches everything, and then you touch the same thing. So it's very easy for kids to get sick. in a day, in the school environment. So what I wanted to make sure that he does is that at least if his immune system is up and had a shield around him, maybe he's not going to get sick as often or as easy as the past few years. So every single year we've been trying to do something to make sure he is healthy, to make sure he doesn't get sick. Obviously, the more time that you stay in a school system or daycare, environment, the more immune system or antibodies that your body's gonna actually develop, and that would also keep you healthy. But this year, again, knock on something, so far he's been drinking, even him, he's been drinking a pack of this every single day. I sent this to, I sent this with him to school. So in the car, before he gets to school, he would be drinking like 2 ounces of this. In the summer, I normally just give him like the bottles. I would pour like an ounce into a little glass mason jar for him to drink. But in the winter, he feels like it's too cold if he drinks something out of your fridge in the morning. So these, I don't keep it refrigerated. I just keep it kind of by the door. So as we're running out the door, he would have one of this. Yes, it's 2 ounces, and it's a little, overdoing it for a kid because they only need probably 1 ounce to really stay healthy. But he drink it like a juice. He doesn't mind. He actually loves this. So he asks me for this every single day. And there are times that at night I would put this in like some kind of like sparkling water and put 2 ounces of it, and I would drink it with my dinner. And he sees this and he would come and say, I want that. I'm like, you already drank your Ningxia. I'm like, and then he would be like, but I want that. So it tastes pretty good for my kid to really come to me every single day and ask for this. So, and the next item is the Super C. I mean, it's very self-explanatory. If you wanted to make sure that you don't get a cold or anything, make sure your, vitamin C is, enough for your body. Recently, I have been giving this to my son as well, like maybe 1 every single day. Because in the morning, he's been kind of accustomed to, in the past, he's been accustomed to having 1 vitamin, like the multivitamin that the doctor prescribed at night. And I mean, recently I've been kind of switching out on the weekends to the Mighty Vitamin, because he likes that taste better than the one that we got from Target, like the doctors prescribed. He eats the Mighty Vitamin, the Young Living Mighty Vitamin, like candy, but I usually likes to give it to him like you're supposed to take like 3 chewable tablets, but I like to give it to him on the weekends, like morning, lunch, and dinner. So on the weekdays, he'll be like, I want my vitamin. But then I'm like, but we're doing the other vitamin, the doctor prescribed vitamin at night during dinner time. So in the morning, usually on the weekdays, Monday to Friday, he has nothing in the morning. So nowadays I'm like, oh, this is chewable, and he likes this. He asked me for this. So I would be giving him 1 of this in the morning, and then we'll do the on the weekday at least, we'll do the vitamin that's once a day that the doctor prescribed. And then on the weekends, I would be doing the 3 Mighty Vitamin for him because he actually likes that better. So vitamin C is very important for your health, especially in the winter. Now, the next 2 thing is that, how during the winter it's so dry. Your skin is dry, your nose is dry, or your throat is dry. Usually when your throat is dry, the next thing is that you feel that little tick, here and there, and then you get sick. At least for me, I don't know about you, at least for me, that's how it starts. So usually these are the 2 that I would try to keep it with me, like maybe 1 or 2 of these would keep it with me when I'm out and about. And obviously at home I could, pull this out anytime I want. The Thief lozenges is when I normally, when I have a little like drier, scratchier throat, but I'm not sick. But that could be a first sign of me not feeling too well. And then things would probably go south within like a day or 2. This is what I usually would try to kind of pop like 1 or 2 to kind of soothe my throat. Now, I also know that you could kind of dissolve this in water, like hot water, and then drink it like a thief's tea, which I'm going to talk about a little bit later. So if you don't have your actual oil with you, you could also put it into hot water, dissolve it, and drink it like a tea. But I usually just pop it into my mouth and just kind of let it slowly drip through like my throat. Like sometimes I put it on my left side, sometimes I put it on my right side, and then, you know, just to make sure that everything is good. So that's that. Now this is for something that's a little bit more advanced, I think. This is the Thieves Cough Drop, and when you are starting to get sick and if you started to have a cough, this would comes in really handy. I actually prefer the taste of the lozenges over the cough drop. Maybe the cough drop is a little bit too strong for me, but then it does help me with my cough when I really needed it. So for me, my throat and respiratory system, it's my weak link in terms of like winter wellness, cold, flu thing. That's usually where I get attacked, because like 10-15 years ago I had this really horrible flu, to a point that when people are talking to me, I could actually I could hear them, but I couldn't respond. And ever since that time, my respiratory system or my throat has never been the same. Even as a kid, I have very weak throat. Usually when I get sick, it starts from either the back of my nose or my throat. So this really is helping me a bunch. I don't really take a lot of them because, I mean, maybe one a day to kind of maintain it, because, you know, there's not a lot in one package, but it's really some, like, this has like 30 lozenges, but this one I think has like, oh, this has 30, so each bag comes with 30 drops. But it's really something that I try to do once a day if I'm feeling okay. But if I'm not feeling that well, I would like totally get on it. Actually, another thing that, talking about like throat health, I don't have it with me here. The Thieves mouthwash is actually a very good way to maintain your health in this general area, your throat and your stuff. Every single day, like it comes in, I don't know how big the bottle is, it's probably like that big. It might not look like it's a lot, but a lot of Young Living's product is very concentrated. So what I do is, in terms of just maintaining, you know, my throat's health during the winter, I dilute it at least half and half with like distilled water. And then I would just kind of gargle it once a day, you know, around my throat. I recently had a unfortunate experience with when I was eating a very toasted bagel. It kind of cut not my throat, like close to my throat, but the top of my mouth. That's very close to my throat. Like I could actually see like maybe that long of a cut. It's all red in that area. And usually that means any kind of injury that I have inside of my mouth, it means that a canker sore is coming, TMI. But I've been actually gargling with the Thieves mouthwash these days. The first couple of days I actually do it like 3-4 times a day. And I actually use a more diluted solution. So it's not even half and half, it's actually a quarter. And so far it has been okay. So far it doesn't have any sign that it's gonna go worse, like that's gonna be worse than it was. And another thing that would help is obviously this. So let the Thieves kind of like work around the throat area to kind of help clean things up a little bit, so that, you know, things are not gonna get infected or anything inside. So that's really, really important. Okay, now let's move over to all these oils that we could use. Fun, huh? Love these oils. So obviously the first and foremost, Thieves. There are a lot of different uses of Thieves in the winter season. Now, obviously, you could just, if you have people that are around you that are a little germy, coughing quite a bit, you know, sending stuff into the air that you're breathing in, especially in an office environment, diffuse thieves. And I would say, you know, let's just take it out. Thieves and purification. And even sometimes I would mix it with lemon. Lemon's very cleansing. It's very cleansing, not just to the environment, but to, you know, whatever that's already inside of you is very cleansing. So as purification. Purification also kind of like zaps the stuff. Thieves and purification, it kind of zaps the stuff that's in the air when you diffuse it. So if you do it along with lemon, I pretty much do it all day long if I think that, you know, at the time that I think I was sick, I might be coughing, or sometimes I am like sneezing. I would be diffusing these in the diffuser. Like I would walk around the house, you know, trying like an incense, trying to like kill all the germs that I have dispersed into the air. So another use of thieves and lemon is that if you are feeling a little like, you know, this area needs a little support, I would actually make a thieves tea. So it would be 4 drops of lemon and 2 drops of thieves, and however much honey that you wanted to, you know, that you wanted to drink. Because honey is also, if you have raw organic honey, like good quality honey, is actually I think honey is like anti-inflammatory and anti-microbial. So it's actually very good for your general health anyway. So if you have maybe just a teaspoon of honey, and again 4 drops of lemon, 2 drops of thieves, and put it like a cup of hot water, and just kind of make a tea with it and drink it, like sip it like slowly. Don't like wait until it cools and just like drink it in one shot. But when it's still relatively warm, kind of sip it and let it kind of just run down the throat, and just kind of, as it goes down, you know, it might clear your nose congestion too. And just kind of cleanse your system a little bit. So we've been kind of doing that in, you know, those October, November period that I was feeling a little under the weather. My husband also, I make this tea for him when he's a little, you know, off on, you know, if he has an off day and thinks, oh, you know what, I'm not feeling 100%. I don't know if something is coming. I also make this tea for him. And, you know, usually guys, they're not as open as it is to drink something like this. But even he was saying that, yo, it's better than he thought. The taste is better than he thought. Purification, diffuse it, and obviously diffuse it throughout the house. If you're cooking, this is your best buddy. You could diffuse it, and even if you're cooking fish, this would actually take out the smell. Purification is actually very good for like purifying the air, you know, the smell of the air, so you don't really need the Febreze of anything. Just put this in like a spray bottle and spray everywhere. And I already have a spray bottle with purification where sometimes during the winter I would just go around the house and spray everything. Yeah. Sometimes I put thieves and peppermint in it and lemon. I like to do my DIY, and sometimes I put like a lot of things in there that I don't even remember what's in there. Okay. Another oil is something called RC, and I think it's the acronym for respiratory care. And this is something that we normally diffuse at night when my son is sleeping. I try to put it in his diffuser every 2 days. I don't diffuse it every single night until I feel like he really has something respiratory related issue that I wanted to help him with. So I usually just diffuse it every other day when he is healthy to kind of keep it up. But obviously when I think that, you know, he needs a little bit more help, I would diffuse it every single night. I'll probably just do like, I normally would do a little bit of thieves, a little bit of frankincense, and then RC when he needs help. And the last item is also for like breathing. or respiratory help, this is a must-have. I think this is a really, I think it's not in the right way. It's flipped on the other way. But it's the, oh, actually, I should probably do this. It's the Breathe Again. Now, this is a roll-on bottle, so that means it's already pre-diluted. And it has, I think it has like 3 types of eucalyptus in it. And if you have like a stuffy nose, and quite honestly, in the winter, who doesn't have stuffy nose? What I do is I would just smell it. If the stuffy nose is not that bad, I would just smell it. If it's bad, I would apply it, but you have to be very, very careful about applying it around the face, because I know that for me, anything that's close to my eyes, it would tear me up. And so usually what I do is, and I don't like to apply it on the bridge of the mouth here, because sometimes when things run, and it could actually go onto your lips, and then, you know, you could be tasting it when you least expect it, and no. What I do is I apply, like, just kind of touch my nose, the top of my nostril a little bit, like here and here, or maybe just at the top of my nose. So you could always still like smell it, but then it's not too close to your eyes, it's not too close to your mouth. There are sometimes, if you have a lot of congestion, like things are not as smooth when you breathe as you want it to, you could also apply it on your chest. Now, I know that it's already been diluted, but anything with eucalyptus in it, I would usually use very minimum, because it is really, really potent. And also start with something that is very, very small amount. So what I do is, like, if I just put like a little dot like here and there, I would just like take it out and just apply it. But if I am applying in like an area, like if I'm gonna do this, I would rather have it further diluted, because I have really, really, really sensitive skin. So this is something that I bring with me pretty much everywhere. It's in my bag. Like, I have a bag of oil that I have pretty much all the time. And if I am using this on my son, quite honestly, I don't actually apply it on him. I could. There was this one time I did kind of apply a little bit on him and then dilute it, and he was fine. But obviously, you know, if someone is really like having the need of using it consistently, maybe a few times a day, or at least like maybe once a day for a period of time, I would still try to dilute it further, because eucalyptus could somehow activate the cold receptor in your lung. That's what I was told. And if your immune system is compromised, or specifically if your respiratory system is compromised, you're not feeling too well, if it activates the cold receptor in your lungs, what it does is it would actually calms it down, and you would breathe a little bit more shallow. So for like smaller kids or younger kids, you don't know how they're gonna react. So you have to be really careful and monitor their reaction, because it could actually slow down their breathing tremendously, because it is very, very potent. Especially it has like 3 eucalyptus essential oil in it. And for me, it's not the cold receptor. You know, I don't think it would bother me. It's really the skin could be irritated, because again, eucalyptus is pretty mentally feeling like it's very cool. So if I have to use it like on a large area, dilute this. At least that's my suggestion to you. Dilution does not really, it does not affect the effectiveness. It would not make it less effective, but it would make the absorption into your body a little bit slower, so that your body knows how to, like, it's not going to have too much of stuff for your body to metabolize all at once. And then your body could pace itself, like it comes in slowly, it could process it slowly. So that's pretty much it. So these are the winter wellness stuff that I have to have. I pretty much use it almost every day, all of it, except for the cough drop. Like the cough drop, you usually use it when you're coughing, and hopefully we don't even get to that stage. So these are products that are for your wellness. So don't wait too long. Don't wait until you get sick. Use it when you're healthy to keep your health. And Christmas is in a few days. I wanted to wish all of you a Merry Christmas and a Happy New Year. I'll do my best to shoot out another video next Friday. No promise. Because I usually don't really pre-film a lot of things. I just film one video a week to try to upload it on Friday. And I don't know, holiday is a little hectic and busy. So I hope that you will get some ideas, maybe put it into your ER order. And if you are not a Young Living member yet, a lot of these, at least these oils, these four oils that I've talked about, the straight up essential oils like lemon, purification, thieves, and RC. A few good ones are actually frankincense and peppermint. These oils are all in the premium starter kit. So you could get just one kit that have all these oils that you could use like however you want. It could be for winter wellness. It could be for a lot of other stuff. These oils are so versatile in terms of what you can use it for. It could be just like cleaning sticky stuff out of your, I don't know, glass jar that you just bought. Use lemon. And you want to do laundry, put some purification in it. There's just so many different uses of it. That's why the premium starter kit is actually quite a good buy, because quite honestly, $160 for a premium starter kit. If you just think of the diffuser that it comes with, the premium starter kit as like a $60, it's actually like a $64 diffuser. So if you just think about that, $160, you're paying $60 for the diffuser. You also have another 11 oils that you pay $100 for. So it's like less than 10 bucks in oil. And you also get 2 packs of these that you could try. These are not cheap, but these are something that you really need every single day. Like, it's an antioxidant drink. It's not just for winter. It's for your overall whole body health. It supports every system of your body. Everybody should be drinking at least an ounce or 2 of this, depending on your age and your situation. And it comes with a lot of accessories. So, I mean, basically, it comes with pretty much everything you need to start your oily journey. So that's why, Premium Starter Kit is actually quite a good deal. And plus, once you become a member of Young Living, everything that you're buying is with wholesale price, which is 24% off. Yeah, right? And so if you're not a member yet of Young Living, if you want my help to get you started, there is going to be a link below in my video in the description box, or you could contact me directly and I could get you started. I could help you with questions that you might have. So again, I hope that you like this winter wellness must-have products video, and I hope you guys are having a wonderful, wonderful holiday right now, and stay safe and stay healthy. Please subscribe to my channel, Mommy Trainee, and give this video a thumbs up if you like it. So I will see you next time. Until then, bye-bye.